Okay, I'm back. I wanted to log off and come back on because I have something totally different to talk about. I titled this scope, you cannot convert the people who are totally living under a rock. And I mean that, guys. It's difficult when you have, it's not, let me change that, it's not difficult. Let me say this. If you are not on social media, if you own a business, or you want to write a book, or you are writing a book, and you are not on social media, or you are on social media and everything on your page is all the foolishness that's on social media, and y'all know what I'm talking about. Facebook has a lot of foolishness. Instagram has a lot of foolishness. Twitter has a lot of foolishness. But when you are primarily on social media to build your business, to build your brand, to build your personal brand, to build your business brand, you don't have time for all that garbage. Oftentimes I have inquiries concerning people who want to get their books done as far as production or total publishing contracts. Hi, thank you so much for joining. Those of you, if you are just joining for the first time, I want to welcome you. My name is Tiffany Green. I am the owner of Black Writer Space. I help writers and authors who want to self-publish their books and get it done the right way. I have a pet peeve for ugly book covers and whack contracts who just doesn't help you in your publishing process, in your writing journey. I believe that you should know everything that's going on and do so that you can get it done the right way. So that's what I do. I'm also a wedding photographer. Hi, how are you? I'm a writer. I'm an author. I started Black Writer Space in 2007. Long time ago. So I've been in this thing for a long time. I didn't know what I wanted to do with Black Writer Space, but I knew I wanted to support writers and authors. So anyway, that's about me. And I come on weekly, not almost every day, but I try to come on often and give tips and things like that that'll help you in your process. Hello, thank you so much for joining. So I want to say this about, you cannot convert the people. How are you? Thank you for joining, and thank you for those hearts. You cannot convert the people who are living under a rock. And what I mean by that is, if either they're on social media and they really have no purpose on there. Okay, when you are on social media, let me just say this. When you're on social media, you should be on there with a purpose. I'm sure we all take a moment and we scroll to look and see XYZ. But to be honest with you, you should not have garbage on your page. You just, for what? For what? What are we doing? What are we doing? I wanted a better phone. I had an Android. I ain't hating on Android users. But yeah, thank you. So, and I always say, when I see the people that have all that garbage on their timeline, I always say, well, I don't have all that on mine. Because I don't have time for that. And if one end up on there, you better believe there's somebody I'm deleting. So, because let's be honest, half the people that are friends on Facebook, we don't know them people. They ain't not our friends, you know. So, but anyway, the reason I titled this scope about living under a rock is that in business, it is really, really hard to convert. I think it's impossible to convert the people who now you want to write this book, publish this book. And I'm saying that because this is my little experience I had with a phone call. And you are on Facebook, and I've already checked out your page, and it's a hot mess. So now, but if I'm just doing production for you, then I don't feel like I'm partnering with you enough to be concerned about what you want to know who you're working with, though. You really do. And that's, I feel like looking at a person's social media, like you guys can go to my social media pages and you can see from my social media pages what I'm about. You know what I'm saying? When you go to people's social media pages and they have these crazy posts, some of them posts shouldn't even be on there. I'm talking about stuff with naked pictures. Some people, they into this black power stuff, and it just be totally, it just take it to another level. Let me just say that. I ain't knocking nobody's. If that's your thing and that's what you do, great. But that's not my thing. And some of that stuff just be, I don't have time for it. But if you are on social media for business, or you want to start a new business, I'm talking about the people who don't know nothing about social media. The people who I say, well, make sure you're following me on Periscope, and they say, what's that? So then I have to explain that. And then they're on Facebook, but that's pretty much it. And they're not even utilizing Facebook to the max that they can be utilizing it for, because they got all this garbage on their page and all this cussing and profanity. And I'm looking like, really? Really? So then you get on the phone with me and you want to publish your book and all this. And first, I got to teach you how to use social media. You so much you want to sell your book. How you going to sell your book with a page looking like this? I really believe that it matters, y'all. I really do. I don't care what nobody say. When I look at the authors that are successfully selling their books, like, I know, right? Like urban fiction. Now, urban fiction can be a bit out there, but I commend urban fiction because they book covers are off the chain. Oh, we're not even gonna talk about them selfies, girl. Bye. You have to eventually pay it. I'm a professional photographer. I specialize in weddings. But if you look on my page, y'all go to my page, it's public, Andriana Green. Like Andriana first, go to my page, Andriana Green, and I don't care how far you scroll down, you are not going to see no jacked up pictures. Even when I ain't coming on and I got all my makeup on like today, I'm still going to be presentable. I'm still going to be professional. My pictures, I have so many pictures. I think I take more pictures than my clients. I have tons of photos on my profile, all across Instagram, everything. Very professional. If you want to say one bad thing about me, having some blurry, pixelated photos, some ghetto selfies, you ain't be able to say that one. I said throw that out there. But I think it's hard. The one thing that I learned from this conversation I had with this potential client was that I cannot convert you. That's a whole nother fee. For me to teach you social media is a whole nother fee. Okay? And this person was convinced that he knew nothing about the industry, but he had all these questions for me about what kind of formal education do you have? I said none. Pertaining to publishing, no. Do I have a degree in writing? Absolutely not. No. And I'm not saying that I feel bad about it at all, because I don't. Years ago, I did want my degree in writing. I really did. If I still had the opportunity to do it now, I would. I don't see myself going back to school. But and then now we have so many different, we have so many different opportunities to learn from now that you don't have to go to a university or a college. We have websites that have classes on there for $10 and give you a whole curriculum, girl, whatever you know what I'm saying? So, exactly, right. So, he's asking me about that, and I don't mind the questions. I was just tripping like, wow. He asking me all these questions, but he doesn't know anything about what he's trying to do. He don't even know nothing about it. But you asking me about a formal education, really? He wanted to know what was my 9 to 5. What did that have to do with anything? Nothing. Because even while we sitting on this phone, I know everything that you want to know about publishing. I couldn't say that to him, but I was just like, wow, people are a trip, you know. And he's like, don't mind me with all the questions. I just have to really check out who I'm going to be. So at the end of the conversation, I sent him, I know, right? He caught me off guard, so I didn't really respond like that. But next time I will, and it don't have to be, we know. Well, I don't have to have a degree to know how to check somebody with intelligence. You know what I'm saying? I can check you real quick in a very professional manner. So next time, definitely. But I learned so much from these phone calls. I really do. Because I think his focus was totally off. And the only thing that he had to bring to the table was, well, I know a friend of mine, she retired from a library, and she told me when I write my book, now he said he's been writing this book for 5 years. 5 years. He said he had 150 pages. I get it. I get it. I was writing a book about my life story. I still haven't finished it, but I'm working on it now. So I get it. It happens. But he said that person promised him that the library was going to buy his books. I said, who? I just got quiet. He said, do you know anything about that? I said, no, I don't. I said, now what I do know is, because see, and you have to be careful, when you have a business that provides services, you have to be careful of people coming in and calling you to get free information that you charge for. And don't be ashamed to charge for it. Yeah, he said that the library was going to buy his, she told him that the library was going to buy copies of his books. I ain't never heard nothing like that. And I'm not ashamed to admit stuff when if I don't know about it, I'm not going to sit up and try to fake it and none of that. I'm going to tell you what, I don't know anything about that. Period. And I told him I don't know anything about that. I've never heard of that. I said, now what I do know is that you can register with the Library of Congress and make your books available to the libraries and the schools. Exactly. For free. And he ain't know nothing about that. So he was just like, oh, okay, well, she told me, so that's a hookup right there, huh? And I was just like, and so it reminded me of a client that I had a long time ago when I used to do websites. We talking like 15 years ago. And it was an older man and lady. Again, social media wasn't as big as it is now. At the time, it wasn't. But I was doing their website, and websites were a little different then. You really put them together back then. Hook up. Yeah, I'm looking like mom. So at the end of that conversation, to finish that off, at the end of that conversation, I sent him, I said, well, you know what? Send me your email, text me your email, and I'll send you my rates and my fees. I ain't heard back from him. So, and that's why I always say, y'all, even when people don't mind paying your prices, just like he said he was checking me out, I was checking him out too. You have to check people out too, because you have to see what you're dealing with. You don't want to be just taking on a client because they're paying your price and you're just focused on the money and you're dealing with a nut. Or you're dealing with somebody who wants you to do the work, but they want to try to tell you how to do it. That's not cool. It's not cool, and that's a whole nother headache that is not worth the time and stress. It's really not. No amount of money is worth that. So be careful when you have if you do like a free consultation and things like that, phone consultations, whatever. Make sure you're checking people out too. I just said this the other day on another scope, but make sure I got to tell y'all, because when I got through with that call, and then I ended up having another call with somebody who I was actually able to. She was helping me in some areas, and I mentioned that to her, and she was like, your time is valuable. When they call you, they need to know exactly what they're calling for, what it is that their service they seek in. Your time is valuable. Your calls have to be limited. And I'm like, you know what? You're right. I'm giving y'all business advice today, so I hope you're taking it, because this thing is real. This thing is real. We all want the money to roll in, but when the people come in, you are dealing with not just their money, you're dealing with their personality, you're dealing with their life, because a lot of times people call you and you end up being a life coach. I was life coaching on one of these other calls, and that's just because that's who I am. But y'all, you got to be careful. You got to be careful. And it doesn't mean that everybody's trying to use you, but you must be mindful of your time. You must be mindful of your time, your knowledge, your skills. Everything that I have up here in this brain, I have to be careful of how I dish it out. That's it. That's just it. Yes. You have to be careful of how you dish it out, because you'll end up giving away whatever you was going to sell to them. You be done gave it away. You be done gave it away. So, I'm just like, you know what? Nah, If I'm a life coach, I need to go and get my training in so I can set that structure up and go and do a website for that. And then I can refer you